Yes. Just getting this started right now. I've got the Puffco slowly vibing. It's a slow vibe. What up, Ernest? How you living, my bro? You were early to solXEN. Are you gonna Jeep the bag? Or are you gonna build? Which one is it? Are we Jeeting or are we building? Whoa. My bad, y'all. One thing's for sure, the Puffco will always puff. The Puffco will always puff. Alright. I think I set up the spaceship enough. It's been 4 minutes. And yeah. We're just gonna get this started. Some alpha. Let's go. Not financial advice though. Yo, what's up world? What's up cyberspace? How is it going, internet land? This your boy Crypto Bruh, aka More World Peace the DJ / producer, coming back again with another crypto video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I've been streaming now for 2 years, off and on for like the last year. My first year streamed pretty much like every single day. I used to only talk about a specific cryptocurrency. That still is my favorite cryptocurrency. And the best part about it is it's a sovereign asset. It's created from time and native coin, and it's very similar to a Bitcoin. So welcome to the journey if this is your first time here. It gets a little complex, but at the same time, we try to bring it all back so it all relates together. Because at the end of the day, cryptocurrency is just one big giant bubble. And there's a bunch of little bubbles inside of the giant bubble. And yeah, you want to be inside the bubble. It hasn't popped yet. It's still swelling. And especially after yesterday's Donald Trump win, I guess it's safe to say we are officially in the era of cryptocurrency. So without further ado, the guy who was considered, I remember one time I had a manager who told me I need to stop talking about crypto to my coworkers. This is like back when I was just really into it. Not like today. Today I'm seasoned in crypto. It's not about just being in it. It's about bringing this to life in a sense at this point. So before I used to just tell people about it and, somebody tell me shut up, I shut up. So it's kind of funny now to be officially in the era, where if you're naive to the cryptos, you're not gonna make it. It's as simple as that. If you're very naive to what is happening, you're for sure not going to make it. So let's go ahead and check out some charts. Right now we got Bitcoin at all-time high, $75,000. What up, Ernest? You saying I'm selling everything tonight, then buying back after the correction? You think there's about to be a correction? I don't think so, man. That's what I was going to talk about. I think that we are in the era of true crypto. Like, this is when, as you can see, like, I only have like 3 people watching when I'm live. This is the part where the motherfuckers that aren't here are really not here. Everybody that's here today, they're the winners. They grinded it out. And now we're going to have the attention, the first pro crypto POTUS, guys. Like, Donald Trump went to PUBKey here in New York City and bought everybody hamburgers with Bitcoins. That's fucking crazy. He went to the Bitcoin conference to rally people around his philosophies. I don't fucking know. I'm not a political person, but what I can tell is that if I'm looking into this window right now, it does appear as if, hey, there seems to be a pro crypto POTUS coming into office. So there's no fucking reason for anybody to feel like this guy is going to stop us. Shh. It's okay. It's okay, GG. Your time is limited. So Gary Gensler is the head and chair of the SEC. He's kind of, his philosophy is old school. He's protecting the central bank. I honestly don't know what the hell is going on. But what I do know is that someone's bending the knee. I know someone is bending the knee. Whether it's the central bank, whether it's the deep state, whether it's the New World Order, all of the fucking allegiance of fucking undergrounds. We don't really know who, you know, we don't know magic. But what we do know is someone's bending the fucking knee. I really thought the opposite of the reality. So it's excellent to see it play out the way it has. Remember, this is my chart here from Bitcoin, looking back in from June. Let me make this yellow let me make it a different color so we can really, really see it. We'll do maybe not that pink, maybe lighter pink, maybe fatter line. Okay. Maybe dotted line? I can't make it a dotted line. Whatever. So you see this pink line here? This is my prediction from June 14th. I kind of had this feeling that, you know, crypto already won. So regardless to what was gonna happen, crypto, you know, is gonna go up going into 2025. It's just how are we gonna get there is what was not obviously played out yet. Like, we had to think about it. So what my theory was, hey, we're gonna go and break below this 200 moving average, and moving average is this line here, this yellow line. I'm not a trader, okay? So just know this, I'm not a trader. I just use the indicators to look at the map, just like everybody else. Now, there's some motherfuckers that are on this shit left and right. You know, we'll talk about memes. Memes can help you get some push-ups so you can try to become a trader on a legacy crypto like a Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana. And yeah, that's up to you if you want to take it that far. But yeah, we like at least the 200 to be visible, so you can kind of see the market sentiment, as I like to say. So right now we're looking at the daily, and as you can see, when Bitcoin wants to stay above this 200, and whenever it gets near it, it likes to get the fuck away from it. You know, it used to be below it, but that was way back here when Bitcoin was trading at around $15,000. You know, this is a different Bitcoin, from 15 racks in 2022 to 75,000 with a POTUS coming in. That's pro crypto. This is fucking nuts. Like, this is, yo, what up, Q? Epic times. Exactly. This is epic times. Only a few people will probably really understand it. You'd have to be around to really understand how significant this is. And I think a lot of people have been shaken out from the ideology. And that's kind of why it's a double-edged sword. You wanted peace and harmony to win, but then at the same time, you know, peace and harmony is not achievable either way. You know, finding peace with yourself, or, you know, finding unity is kind of where I think everybody is kind of, you know, speculating. And again, you know, but whatever you want to believe, you know, it's magic, it's not magic, it's real, it's, you know, all that shit. I don't know what to think, bro. But I do know that every time that Trump has been in office now, significant changes have happened in the reality, and the cosmos are definitely not the same. So the last thing I want to do is be caught standing still while the cosmos are changing and it's like apparent. That's why, again, I'm saying it's a POTUS, a president of the United States that's pro crypto. Hold on to your hats. All right. So I didn't know how we were going to get there. Again, Bitcoin likes to get away from the 200. So I wanted to see it fall below it, trade sideways, and, let this 200 kind of like flatten out or maybe come down a little bit. So we really take off. But again, this is more of a conservative concept of Bitcoin. This line that I drew, I was being very conservative because it's just, you can't trust the market, The market's going to do whatever it wants to do. But what's awesome, again, is to see that everybody that's in crypto, that's like the veterans, the new people that are finding inspiration, right? Because there's going to be a lot of ideology that's getting ready to surface. But again, it's fuck the ideology. Nobody cares. You could tell from the election yesterday, like they were literally screaming our show's mantra, which is fuck your ideology, and it just is what it is. That's how the world seems to be operating for some reason. I don't really know why. But again, I've heard stories of like, we need to stress test unity. So that kind of also feels like a theme of 2024. This ideology of making people come together as like a union, and bringing unity to a majority, right? Right now, the unity is in a weird area where you're probably, if you're on the wrong side of the vote right now, you're probably confused. You're like, what the fuck? I want unity, and that's kind of where I think, again, we're in a new space where there's an opportunity to be part of the wealth change. And the only way to achieve that is to find unity in your confusion right now. So yeah, if you're on the wrong side of the vote, but you know about crypto, this is why you're on the wrong side of the vote. Like money is, money rules, bro. That's why, again, I don't know if it's magic or money. Maybe Kamala didn't have enough magic, is what I'm basically saying. Nobody cares about smoking weed no more. That ain't no magic. That's a personal preference. I can't believe in Florida they didn't want to legalize weed, but then I can, because being a Californian and also now seeing weed regulations in New York, Florida did have the opportunity to do something that nobody else does, which is keep it local. And being local as in, like, I travel to Florida and I don't have a medical card, so I can't get weed. And it keeps the riffraff, it keeps everything low key. If you got a plug type shit, and so on and so on. But we'll see what happens over there. But yeah, that's what I mean. You can't even that's not magic no more. Weed is not magical. Please stop thinking that shit. That shit is a utility. I need the 420. I'm glad I held my stinky bag of XRP. Soon Gary is fired and XRP will moon. All the crypto fuckery is unleashed, especially on Pulse Chain 2. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Pulse. Now, get hyped up. Yo, what's up, Tree? Welcome. Get hyped up about your favorite coins, but at the same time, don't go too crazy with your favorite stuff, because keep providing principle. I'm about to have 2 different worlds watching my show now. Like right now, this is kind of like, how many people are here? I'm just streaming because I just got back from the gym and I'm amped. I'm amped. I didn't even take any pre-workout. I'm just amped up. 6 people. But yeah, so like I'm getting ready to start a public channel for people who know me in the real world but want to get into crypto. And that's why, again, I'm feeling like this is an opportunity for everybody who's been here. This is the stress test of our unity. Are you stuck in a chat room chatting away, or like are you using your advanced knowledge to bring in new people and create an edge? You feel me? And I'm not like, again, we have Zen. So Zen is an amazing tool for anybody who wants to tell someone about DeFi and crypto with the lowest barrier of entry and risk, right? Risk in Zen is the AMP, and it'll be more risky as we get closer to 1500, right? There's still 1,000 days before 1500 where you'll have a lot of speculation a Bruin, right? So you can buy now, buy later. It doesn't really matter, I think, at this point. Again, Zen it's like water. In cryptocurrency, you're gonna have some things that are like gold, some things that are like silver, and then you're gonna have a lot of coins that are like liquid, but you want something clear like water, and that's where Zen is gonna be the best token for that experience, for that notion of there's no one controlling this destiny but me, essentially, right? The further, because you can find Zen by just making it. I make Zen every day now. I cheated all of my Zen this past weekend. All my liquid Zen, I just got rid of it because I've come to it. I get it now. I was exit liquidity, I guess, whatever that means. My $200 loss. Blah, blah. But the thing about Zen again is I didn't lose because as long as I'm making Zen, you win, right? And that's crypto. As long as you're in the game, you're gonna win in crypto. Right? You've been in the game so long, you were able to be behind the scenes as the POTUS became pro crypto. That's fucking insane. There's so many people that didn't get to see that ride. Man, and then there's some like an Elon Musk or Jack Levin or all the rest of those out there that rode that shit hard. They were like, if we either gonna take a super W or a super L. So I guess the bet on that was crazy. From the boomer state, I'm a millennial. I like millennial things. This isn't my fucking election. My election is 28. That's why it's better to be behind the scenes currently, so I can see how they're gonna fabricate the next move. But I think again, crypto is about to come in. It's gonna usher itself in. It's gonna be a voice in the next presidential election. Right. And today it's new to a lot of people. Right. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm about to have a lot of real world people start to attend streams to learn basics, because crypto is basic. Again, it's just a sovereign asset created by energy. Right. The energy is the computer. If you want to go deeper into that, Bitcoin is created with a script that's running on the computer. It's hashing away. You can do this. That's like another thing too. Like, I have this whole idea with the Zen world, because the Zen world in its own is a way to teach someone how you make crypto, to divide the theory of buying crypto and making crypto, because there's going to be people who need to understand how it's made so they can get the best out of buying it. If that makes any sense. There's going to be a lot of people who only understand buying, right? And that's kind of like where I'm at with this ideology, that if you are in crypto right now, just make sure you evaluate your value, going into this next era. Are you are you in a project that's going to be valuable, or are you on a blockchain that's simply just trying to hit $1 billion, right? And that's okay. Let's go look at CoinMarketCap. Damn, I've been hanging out in the trenches. The more I think about it, that's how I think of like Pulse chain now. It's kind of like a classic chain, right? Like as X1 comes around, I'm gonna have all of the XN coins. So the thing I'm learning right now is I need to be responsible with my crypto. Like, I don't need to be going out there and throwing that shit around or trying to trade it. I need to be bonding it with a lot of dope ideas, because I'll have so much of it, and that would be the best kind of flow for myself. So this is like why I'm looking at like Zens now, and I go, oh, Zens are just for burning, because right now, like this CB Zen setup, for instance, it looks really, really delicious. But the problem is there's tons of sellers always. So unless the sellers create a cabal, then it can go off. But that's why if it ever does go off, as long as you're minting CB Zen, right, and you have mints ending, like I have mints ending in a week, you can catch a pump and dump. like that, But that's why it's like, do you want to play that game in Zen? That sounds like a classic game of chasing the rabbit, where you could just simply stack Zen, like I'm saying, like make G ranks for the future and focus on XEN, right? So maybe you don't have a bunch of XENblocks, so you got to figure it out. You're not running a validator, so you really got to figure it out. But like me, I'm in a position where I'm so ready for X1 chain that, like, again, the rollout of XN for me is not like burning Zen. Like, I know I can do it, but I know that's like where, how do you say it? Like that's like the whatever, whatever that is, There's only like 300 million. 300 million XN coins that go to the Zen burn. Don't ever forget that shit. You're fighting for 300 million XN. So yeah, everything will go up because that's our narrative, to send Zen to the sky. But until there's an X1 chain roadmap for real, like a date, like this is the day it's going to come out, or these are the plans for scheduled releases and stuff. Zen is like subjective to having very bad narratives, and the chart just looks disgusting. Like nobody wants to touch this because this isn't cult material charting, and I'm learning that too now in the trenches. So that's why it's like Zen is the best coin to teach someone how to make crypto. It is clear as fuck. It's clear as fuck. You can't make money off of this until 2027, but you can make a lot of it. And a blockchain's coming very soon. You can burn it for the blockchain. So the speculation is all there. All the rails are there. And now it's just about bringing communities to heighten the speculation. And you can see it too. Like I've been on Base. This is a Base token factory. Because now we got a token on Base. So I've been going around, I've been searching, looking at different things going on because the worlds are evolving. And that's why it's like, yo, Zen is ready. Whenever X1 comes out, is ready. But understanding how the outsiders are looking in is also going to be really important, because that's who's coming to X1 chain to use your XN coins. Like they're going to come and try to do the same stuff, right? The trend. The thing that makes you the quick flip. But there's a lot of culture, in my opinion, that goes in to these users. Like coming from the Zen world, we just make coins. We come from a world where people make crypto. We come from the, the utility side of Bitcoin. Makers of the Bitcoins, right? Makers of the Zens. But there's actually an even more naive user, which is the user of the buying the crypto. Right. And this is their season. You've had 15 years to learn how fucking cryptocurrency is made. So if you're still horny about that, amazing. I hope you're making a shit ton of it. But that's not like the challenging thing in crypto anymore. Like making crypto is not challenging. Like you can make it down to a website at this point. So it's not, making crypto is not hard. Making value is, and that's why Zen is, again, elite ecosystem. You've got the same code blasted on 13 different EVMs. You have the proof of work ideology in Solana with solXEN. So this is ready to go. Like this is gonna fuck up Harvard. This is a whole class in itself if it really becomes the next big thing, right? There's so many people that stop looking at Zen, and it's a working oiled machine. It's gonna keep going. It's not gonna stop. It's pretty cool. When X1 chain, it ain't never coming out. No, I'm just kidding. It comes out when it comes out. That's 300 million XN spread through the rails, or just decentralized burn through all chains. It's 333 million spread out in the auction. And then there's another 333 million that's given to moon parties where people can just burn their Zen on a full moon. And then there's going to be another one, a 333 million that's given, I believe, to VMPX for 1-to-1. So, and that makes a lot of sense. Actually, I haven't looked at the VMPX in hella long, bro. I was talking about this to some of the Zen Cabal. Yo, if you want to join the Zen Cabal, you better get some Dracula tokens. If you want to get in the Zen Cabal, you better get some Dracula tokens. This shit's about to break out. Because, you better get in. I'm learning Solana so well. I can't believe I've been fading this shit. And I'm actually kind of glad because it needs new minds. And I can see it. As long as you got some capital and you understand risk, you can do pretty well in Solana for sure. But yeah, we got Emoji Dracula, an upstream meme that's an Emojify. It's definitely going to be running with the other emojis. As we can see here in the emoji race, it's sitting right here. All this takes is, again, some real marketing, which we're not doing because the Zen community is doesn't do that stuff. It's just background users, which is fine. But if everybody does decide to say, hey, let's turn on the turbo boosters, this could easily jump up and be up here somewhere and actually have the ability to be seen. Because memes are based on market caps. So until this reaches a 200, 300,000 market cap, it just won't see the same volume as some of these other ones, right? And that's kind of why right now I think this is, in my personal opinion, accumulation zone. We could hang out here for 4 months just accumulating and building a cabal, building a floor of people who go, okay, we're about to send this shit. Right. I'm learning a lot about memes because Solana moves fast, and thank God I move fast too. So for instance, this is one that I got the tip on. Shout outs to you if you jumped in on it. There's some people I sent it to through DMs and whatnot. And this is kind of why too I want to start a Telegram for fun. You don't have to pay for it. You just can join it if you want. But it's just some place I can put some bullshit. So I don't have to DM so many people to be like, yo, I got a good idea. But this right here, this is called VHS. So this is a meme that was sent to me by a friend of a friend. And I had to do my research to really learn what this is. And I guess I've shown some loyalty in Solana. So I'm ready to rock, guys, essentially. I'm ready to turn up. I think I get it now. I think I get it. So, because launching a meme is art, right? It's art. Art is, you got to be very strategic about each sense or each hit of dopamine. A lot of people, and that's another thing in the Zen world. I've been only in the Zen world. I've known when in 21. I got into NFTs and I drifted away from coins. And then in 22, Zen came out. And then I navigated back into coins because of the XeNFT. The XeNFT was really what pulled me into Zen. So being outside of that reality for 2 years, I kind of see what infra they've built in the meme world that allows for opportunity, right? But you need it's not like a utility coin. In a utility coin, again, if we need liquidity, just go spend some gas and some time, and you'll get some liquidity in 499 days, right? Or maybe there's some liquidity right now, but again, there's just way too much inflation, too much liquidity right now to do anything, right? You can't pump Zen to 100 or to a 500K market cap because the sell pressure would just be ridiculous. And you couldn't even get the idiots to rally around it because they're so horny to release the bag. Still very confusing to me. but it's whatever. I'm understanding, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming to an understand, like, this epiphany with Zen, where it's like, yeah, this was really a spiritual journey for me. Like, I might have lost I haven't lost anything, there's nothing you can lose in Zen. You can buy it up and lose 200. Wow. But then you should just learn, like, okay, I got to stop being addicted to buying this inflation, because it's really real for 1,000 days. That inflation in Zen is really real. So there's no way Zen can make it to 500K without X1 chain. It's actually pretty surprising. I'm still very surprised that Ethereum Zen has been able to keep a $12 million market cap. This might literally be sitting like on the floor because of the way the market cap is. Right? It's like, yeah, maybe buying ETH Zen is the only way, and creating Zen to burn for XN is on the other chains. Because buying on the other chains is fucking dumb. Like, you cannot get people to rally around the Zen. That's basically all they have to do. Just root for it. Just like, bruh, just root for the team. Fuck, what the fuck? Instead they're like, nah, dude, I've got this much. I'm going to take my profits. I'm so smart. Short-term games. Whatever. And that's why, again, the tribe in Zen is clear. There is no tribe. The tribe in Zen is clear. There's no tribe, so don't even try to like act like there is a tribe. There's some cabals, and they've released some tokens, and then there's some others in those tokens that are kind of like going so hard where it's like, all right, cool, we need to tokenize this. We need to tokenize this hard work. This might be it right here. This might be the best thing to come out of Zen world. Because if all of us team up and make a really good dab on XN, and then it makes like $1 billion or something, it's going to be dumb, it would be like, wow, we did that. And it's totally possible with the way the memes are going to crack off going into the next cycles. Again, like X1 is probably going to come out, in my personal opinion, or at least where I want to see it. I want to see it summer next year. If not summer next year, summer 26. I don't actually know what next year looks like. It might be too mature or too premature, excuse me. Maybe 1 year after the POTUS has kind of delivered it out to everybody that crypto's here, maybe then you want to spawn a new chain. But at the same time, we're going to be in a release battle, right? Like, everybody's going to want to come to market. And I think X1 is ready to come to market already. It just needs that window to really do damage again, right? Damn, Zen looking really good. It's gonna be turned up, bro. As long as people are gonna hodl it. Fuck. That's just the question. It's like, yo, do I buy $1,000 worth of Zen for my head to just get straight dumped on? But again, it has really good liquidity. That's the best thing going for Zen right now, is it has the liquidity to do something, because bigger players can come in and launch it, right? They could launch it off. Like, we've reached a place in crypto where whales are like swimming and they're looking for shit now, right? That's why Solana is going so crazy, because you can be like anybody. You don't need to be in a gang, or like, you don't need to be an OG. You could be anybody. You got fucking $5,000. You got $1,000. You try and turn up. It's like that type shit. That's how I'm feeling in Solana. I'm over here in Solana, like, yo, these motherfuckers know how to move bread, and they do it really intuitive so that it does not fuck up. And that's kind of how I'm like, yo, if you're launching a meme in this state in 2024, you need someone who's good at money management. It's almost like you have a treasury that you're utilizing and constantly recycling to pump the coin, because people will always come in and then they'll build a floor because they're waiting for a higher market cap. And like, this is totally normal shit. The problem in Solana, I think, is they just haven't been able to create new hits. They kind of hit a ceiling into the Murad thing, right? But now that Murad has put this ideology into, yo, everyone's gonna get $1 billion, right? That's like the Murad philosophy right now. Let me pull up this thing. So I mean, he really got me understanding where they've been building. Like, I've been building with the Zen world, and they don't fucking move, but they do make coins, and they're like some of the best clickers, and that's why we're gonna have a really, really good blockchain, because you need clicks, real clicks. You don't need like robot clicks. That's why everybody dropping a blockchain has been whack, you know. And then there's also another thing in this philosophy in Zen, and why it was so important for Zen to get to the real user, not like the power user, not the normal user. It's because if Zen wants to be in the top 5 or X1, it's gonna need to be driven by power users. Right, Solana is like a birth of a new blockchain of power users, people who want to use different features to do different things, and there's a gang of them. So this, in my opinion, again, and this is gonna get nuts. Like, I'm seeing like Solana, dude. This is gonna probably go for sure to like at least $500. Like, there's no fucking way it's not. I don't know if I put a line on this for that. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, cool. Yeah, if it can break, I mean, it's already breaking out of this. But yeah, like 400. 400. That's where we can see like a healthy Solana, where it could just trade sideways for a long time at $500. Then maybe it goes higher, right? Like maybe it goes even higher. Like $1,000 Solana would be like a dream, I guess, at these prices. I'm not trying to fill up too much hopium there. Again, X1 chain's gonna come out, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the way that Jack is sounding like he wants to bootstrap X1's liquidity with, or he wants to bond the liquidity between X1 and Solana using a LST token, just like how Blast bonded their liquidity of their chain to Ethereum, right? So an Ethereum LST, a liquid staking token. So yeah, if Solana, if Solana were to be pulled up from 188 to 464, and there is like this liquidity coin, then that LST would get pulled up too, which would essentially pull up the fucking X1 network. You feel me? And then essentially, like, if we have influx of new users coming in directly into X1 and they're integrating with Solana, then the whole shit is just, you know. So I see what they're trying to do here. You can't really do that with Ethereum no more. It's too fragmented. That's why everyone's like, yo, everybody got an L2. And it's going to need to come. Or, you know, everything goes back to 1 before it goes out again, right? So we look at like DeFi Llama. Oh, I didn't even finish that thought. That's funny. I didn't finish the thought about VMPX. Because, yeah, you see, like, Jack is going to bond X1 digitally to Solana. Then he's going to bond it digitally with the EVMs of Ethereum. And he said maybe he'll do an LST, so a liquid staking token on Ethereum. I think he should do it because it would be smart to bond Ethereum and X1 because it's just even more, you know. And that's kind of where VMPX comes in. So VMPX would essentially VMPX would come in to play as the Bitcoin bond for X1. So then you have the Bitcoin bond with VMPX, Zen as the EVM bond, and then you have XSol as the Solana bond. And all of those things, again, those 3 houses in a sense, if they've getting mainstream attention, again, like I'm saying, it ain't coming up. So is X1. Like X1's coming up and no one else is doing this shit. There ain't another coin on the map trying to bond its degens together But that's what you had to do. You feel me? That's why I'm like, oh, it had to come from a user standpoint, because now the users know, like, oh, I can, like me right now, I'm like, oh, okay, I have no advantage in Solana or in Ethereum because it's way too expensive for me personally. And then in Bitcoin, way too expensive. But I can afford $188 worth of Solana. I can afford a lot of that. So why wouldn't I just buy a bunch of Solana? I actually tweeted this earlier today, but the crypto bro strategy going into 2024. It's right here. Follow if you dare. But yeah, max out Solana tokens before X1 is live. Then stake them for XSol to power yield for even more XN coin or XN token, right? So if you're maxing out your Solana right now, and then you just stake that Sol for XSol, and then you're getting like XN coins airdrop to you on X1 chain, and you're catching the gnarliest fucking movement ever in crypto of all of the fucking coins coming up, especially Solana that you grabbed at fucking sub $500. Ridiculous. Like it's the easiest alley-oop, you know. And I think it's hard for a lot of people to, like, that's why I'm like, man, they don't want anybody really to see it like this whole bonded idea. I had to start paying attention to bonding liquidity, because since now I'm in the degen space, I really want I want Dracula to come up. But the only way Dracula is going to come up is if we bond it. We're going to have to bond it to better liquidity pools, because we're too poor. Like, the Xenians are poor. And unfortunately, we don't have someone who's just going to come and pump it up. You know, you actually, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm in these memes now where I'm seeing great money management on the charts, where it's like, oh, I feel so comfortable getting in because I know they're managing themselves to a certain high, which we are not doing in our world. And the majority of it is because if you go and drop in the CA, Emoji Dracula is not paired to anything that's going to help bring it value. Right? It's just paired to Solana. So this is where it's like crazy, like when you really think about it, and why I'm, you know, it's awesome to know I have so much XN coming in, because the hardest thing to get is the liquidity. Like if someone had, like, think of it this way. If someone had 1,000 Solana, they could stake that 1,000 Solana, or they could essentially bond it, right? Or put it in the liquidity pool, right? And then this would just bring up Dracula like crazy. But that person that does that, right, they've just dropped in this, you know, 1,000 Sol, and they're getting ready to lose it because a ton of people are going to show up and dump that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all going to come and dump it to zero. So on and so on. But this is the beauty of today's world. Again, the theory of going to zero is just bad money management of the chart, is what I'm learning now. If you have good management of the chart, going to zero is literally the team quitting. So if, you know, and that's what people look for. People look for something where the team is not going to quit, or something where the team knows, hey, it's a we all quitting if we can't hit 10 million, you know, or, you know, and that's kind of like where I get like what Murad is saying now, like when he's like showing things like this, where it's like the Cardano market cap is bigger than the total of all of these meme coins, which are sub billions. Cardano is one big 12B, which I'm sure it's going to keep going, you know, it's going to keep going. But that's like that's what's about to happen. Like, memes are about to get people's money, not rotating money in crypto. New motherfuckers can come in and buy these memes, and they're going to put it in the bank in a sense. Like, they're going to bank on the meme. They're not going to bank on Cardano, or they're not going to, you know, they're going to go straight for Solana. And that's why it's like, meme culture right now is getting ready to become even stronger, even louder. And then that's where you get, again, like Emoji Dracula is kind of still a version right now. It's very sensitive. Some people could exit if they wanted to, but I think we have a really good squad of Cabal Xenians that kind of get it, that if they hodl and we can figure out how to, again, start to put these puzzle pieces together, this could potentially be a very easy thing to send to like 500K market cap. And then everybody gets like a crazy X, you know, and then it's like the march. Do you continue to march or do you tap out? Right. So this VHS thing is kind of like that right now. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat if you want to get in. Some people, I shot this to them sub 100. I'm feeling kind of good on that one. And I hope you made some. But right now it's at 500,000. So they're trying to money manage themselves to 1 million. Oh yeah. This is where my chart is. So they're really trying to get themselves up here. And that's kind of like, that's all the sauce is. All the noise is community building, you know, and then this right here is where the Jeet Central is, where the Jeeters Jeet. But what, again, I got this from a cool source. So to me, it's allowing me to see something that I haven't been able to see front row before. Usually usually it's never like this, I should say. Because again, I don't do the post chain thing, and then I never play Titan, so all I really know is NFTs and Zen, I guess. and I think that's really important to know, art and utility. So now I'm learning this money management on the chart, and what's really cool to watch is the movers, like the people who are moving it. What I do is I put this RSI on, and then my settings are the middle line. I make it 42, right? A lot of trading literature says that if a stock is trading on the RSI under the 40, it's a good buy. So I like to use the 42 because it seems to be in a respected area. Seems to be like motherfuckers are scared when it gets there because they don't know what's going to happen next. And that's kind of what this trend here shows is, again, because I know the team wants this to go to high highs. And I've seen this with this team, with the Yakubu team. Damn, 14 million. Whoa. They're kicking ass. Holy shit. And this is why I'm learning, man. See, the thing about Yakubu, though, is this is a cult. This is a real cult. They're going to be a cult. Now, you can do whatever you want to do. You can buy the coins. Again, I had showed this on my stream a couple of days ago. You can buy the coins, or you can just get the NFT. Either way, I think you're going to win if you try it. Where's our NFT at? I just saw that shit. Maybe I didn't see it. Okay, we'll just type it in. Yakubu. Yeah, like, damn, what the fuck? Yakubu, the creator of the white race. Oh, what up, Quantum? What it do? Oh, Crypto Dude, what's up? What it do? Yo, I remember there being some AI compute use case for XM. XNM, is that still in the works? Or I haven't heard too much about it lately. Yeah, I think they still want to do that. But if in the reality, that's like a really hard thing. It's like really hard. So maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, Yakubu. So like this is where I'm at with it. So like this VHS shit is dumping right now, which is fine. I've been looking at it on the 5 minute, the 1 minute, and I'm watching it how it grows since I was able to get in early. And then I'm like essentially trusting that these people that are dropping this meme are going to try to take this higher than where it is. And each time it dips, it is really an accumulation. All right. So that's how memes are going to function. They're going to dump hard. Really hard. Actually, this one shot up. When did this happen? Damn, I missed it at 12. So that would have been the profit taking moment right there when it busted out of this channel. But again, I'm thinking this is gonna go to above 1 million. So as long as you just sit in it and you just wait, you know, you could set up a sell order at 1 million if you're really scared. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's cool. Like, I love how, like, in Solana, they set it up where it's like, if you a scared motherfucker, go to church type shit, you know? And as long as the team gets it, like, this isn't even hard. Everybody keeps saying that to me about the Dracula one. They're like, damn, you guys can't get 100K. And I'd be like, damn, we really can't get a fucking 100K, man. We got a beautiful looking chart. We really can't get a fucking 100K, bro. Because damn near, if it go up there, everyone gonna sell anyways. So we really can't get it. That's why it hasn't happened. Right? So I go to these other camps and they're like, you guys can't get 100K. What the fuck? Like, we got 479 and they're managing it. Right? Because the game is to get to 10 million. And I could attest to it because I seen Yakabu do it from 5 million. This shit still got my head fucked up. But it's the march. It's like you create a cult or you have a good idea and then you bring that as long as you can. Like, it's like as long as you can keep the meme alive, the higher it's going to go. Right? And there's going to be, again, like what I think Murad is trying to show us here is there's going to be some teams that are about it. Like, they're going to be like, we're a fucking meme and we got a good cult. You know, we got a good fan base. Eventually, I'm sure it would say something like that. We got a good fan base. And that's why it's like looking for something that you can see people are attracted to the character is kind of a good way to approach the meme. Like if the meme is like, if the meme is like not a character, I feel like it's not going to do so well. Or a good trend. And the VHS one is about millennials. So like their whole thing or their approach is like, if you remember Radio Shack. So the Radio Shack, I don't know if y'all remember this one. It kind of died hella long ago. Is this it, right? Yeah, this is it. So Radio Shack, somebody had bought the logo of Radio Shack and made a meme coin that did like dumb, like it went crazy. And people really thought it was Radio Shack. Like the boomers thought it was Radio Shack. Like, and didn't they make like a website? I remember they bought, like, they went hard for Radio Shack. They like bought everything up and everything, like they went hard for it. But long story short, the nostalgia pumped the meme. So the VHS people, I guess it's like a successful group of memers. And they had this idea where they were like, yo, we can maybe get a bunch of millennials behind this VHS blockbuster idea because they remember it. And we can be like, fuck Netflix, you know, and kind of push this cult or this concept of nostalgia. And I'm like, oh man, that could be very powerful. And it's already, I'm seeing it in their chat. I'm seeing people respond to it well. And again, the chart is looking really good because it's got good money management. Like it just cracked off and a bunch of people sold, but it's like stair stepping, right? Who's to say, like, you know, I mean, but you know, it is what it is. I would love to meet the fucking money manager. That's the real GOAT of the meme, dog. The guy with the strategy on how you flip it. That's probably the sickest math you can do right now. Learning how to flip the meme and do it in 24 hours. And then be able to do it over and over again. Flip the meme every 24 hours. And then just go higher and higher and higher. So like in the Yakabu thing, I think this is kind of why it looks like they went all the way up to 5 million and got shut down. And then they went all the way back to 400,000, right? But they blasted off, right? They went from as low as 22,000 to as high as 5 million to make this, right? And now they're pushing. So this is what they're talking about with cults, because it is easier for you to build a bottom if people are really gonna hold, and if you're educating them like, yo, bro, like, just hodl and this shit's gonna go up because a bunch of new money's gonna come in. And then it's really on you as like a user to be able to understand, like, why is this cult taking off, right? You're the market maker. So like for me, I'm like, oh, this cult taking off because they're trolling the Israelites, and religion is a psychological play on somebody's hatred. And if someone really hates this because it's a religious play, it's gonna do really well because we live in the upside down, and that's just how it is. Like we live in the upside down. Like the shit that's the most foul is probably gonna crack. And it's the charts are saying it. Like I think this is like a really good case study. Like the charts are saying that people are easy to hodl, in my opinion, again, because it's offensive. And if it's offensive, it catches eyes and it might keep blowing up. Now, the thing is being creative with the offense, right? Yakubu, luckily, it's funny, right? It's not just straight up like nigga butt or something. So this might have some legs, and I think that's why it's doing very well. Because it's just not like racist, religious, anarchy. Like it actually looks like it has like a little bit of an artistic strategy to try to maintain market share. But again, it's not the healthiest because it's still racist and religious. So you're still like playing, you get what I'm saying? You're playing with fire for the meme. And this is why like right now we're seeing some of the biggest memes crack off that are art based. So like here, if we go to Moonshot, we go to Finalized, this one right here, Lucy. This shit going dumb right now. $6 million market cap. I'm sure it's going to keep going crazy because now it's starting to get some advertisement. So what it's impersonating, or what it's like inspo from, is that frog, but this one right here. What? This one. So this meme is at 400 million, and it's all because of the art. So the token is just a tokenized piece of the art, but for some reason people are really understanding this now. Like they're really they're catching on to it. Like, okay, I buy the art and I hold it. But then this is where things get spicy, and why I think this is all working. And why, like, again, I think anybody can do this. Like, you don't need to just be, you could be a nobody, but you're going to need capital to start it off. And then you're going to need money management to keep it going. Like, if you can't money manage it, you're going to lose it all because people are coming to snipe that shit. And like, that's why, again, if the team is real, because for some reason they've done it, like they've made it to like 10 million, and now they're trying to make a new idea to get it to the next millions. Right. That's why, like, the Yakubu people are kind of merging with this one. And that's kind of why I'm like very comfortable with the Retardio meta, because there are some people in the Retardios that seem to be looking to do something that is, again, extravagant, speaks to many people. It doesn't just, have to be racist and religious. You get me? So this one's for like a millennial based nostalgic play similar to Radio Shack, but on Solana, currently in the meme world, trying to push to higher highs, because now the meta is there, that people get it. They're buying up like crazy art tokens that give them the ability to feel like I'm a part of something, basically. Like, hey, I'm into this art thing. I got a bag. It's going up. That's all it is. It's kind of crazy. Oh yeah, I didn't even show you the other part. But so that's how the user does it, right? But like, why even do people care? Like the money people. So like I was saying in Dracula, one of the issues really is that Dracula doesn't have the right pairing to bring it up. Right, the bringing up of Dracula is at the mercy of its buyers, and until the buyers figure out maybe we should pair this with something else, yeah, it's gonna suffer or trade sideways, or not move, or we need to go out and find someone who's got $1 million and be a godwell and pump it all the way up, right? But again, you don't need to do that anymore. There's easier ways to do this. you can get a banger market cap going, and then you can build liquidity around the DApp or around the idea. So that's what this FWOG thing is doing. When you put in the smart contract, or the program ID or the contract address, we can see like they have a lot of liquidity pools, tons of liquidity pools, tons and tons and tons. Right. This one has 9 million. Obviously, it's the home base, but you got a few other ones that have quite a bit in there. Right. You got a judo one, which is dope. This one is paired to something R. What's that? What is R? Oh, Retardio. I think it's Retardio. Oh, Rado. What's this? I don't know. But yeah, you see, like, look at, I bet like this one is pumping because it's connected to that one. Damn, this one doesn't even have any token information. So yeah, this is something I've just been paying attention to more and more. See, I see them. Their tag would. Yeah, so this is really real. This is how you do it, though. This is exactly how you do it. So you just keep pairing your coin with hella coins, and then as the whole network goes up, you go up. It's as simple as that. The thing is, though, is if you're not pairing with the right coins that are gonna rug, then the system comes down. That's why, like, the most curious thing about this whole Murad situation is that he's trying to make like an index of memes that's going to essentially keep this network up. And I'm like, okay, but that would essentially mean that you need to get these memes and pair your coin to them. Right. That's like the starting point. It's like, oh, go buy a bag of Retardio or Bitcoin or whatever, Retardio is on Solana. So like, that's what it would be. Like, if you really wanted to like turn up Drac, you would buy a bag of Retardio and pair them together. And then like we start like a Retardio Drac pair. And as Retardio goes north, so does Drac, And I only say Retardio because it's there. And we can see here, this is one of the biggest memes right now on Solana. And I would almost say that the RE, I bet that's like some Retardios, right? Like you make your own coin that you don't let everybody have, so you can get all the gains. That's another reason why XEN is kind of turning me off right now when it comes to like playing the supply game, because anybody can hook up to XEN, and we're seeing that on CBXEN, and you don't know what they're doing with the bread. Or like, it's just like, what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I get now, like, why it's like you don't have 1,000 Solana. If you're watching this, you probably don't have 1,000 Solana, right? You probably don't have 1,000 Ethereum. You probably don't have 100 Bitcoin, but you're going to have 1,000 XN or 10,000 XN or 100,000 XN. You feel me? You don't have a shit ton. So learning how you can navigate with this new exposure to having a lot of something that's bondable, right? Bonding coins in a sense. Like you're winning if you can really tap into like these bigger pools and bigger ideas. And that's kind of why I don't know how it finishes. I don't know if every Solana rug, like if an ultimate rug happens, or if people are just building a new bond. It's just like it goes high and nobody sells because it's better for them not to sell. Like they really get the community to comprehend, like, you don't need to sell. Like you could just hodl it and it's going to go up. Right. And then with the refinery of all of these memes, and these already having really solid top holders in the community, which means that you would need to buy in a large amount in order for you to pierce their agenda. that's kind of why, again, like it makes a lot of sense why there's such a big ass gap now in between all of these fucking cryptocurrencies, right? Like it's not that we're late or early, it's that we're not creating it. And with X1, we actually get to create the shit. And I think that's why people are like, people really like base right now, because in base, the base world is different because you're building with base to get Ethereum. So mindshare in building with base is valuable, and they're using the ETH as like the denominator of value. So that's great for base and good for Ethereum because both are together, right? But then like if you look at like a Pulse chain, this is why it's harder for Pulse chain to grab volume or liquidity, because no one really sees the value in the Pulse coin because it's like its own garden of bonded liquidity to the overall space. And like that's like it's like only people that really care about it are people with a lot of Pulse chain coins because they got a lot of stake in the network. And then, you know, and that's what it is. It's like this network is hot fire because someone could just sell all their coins and get the fuck out, right? And that's kind of where you have other people who are like, oh, you can get out, we'll just buy it back and we'll run this chain. But that's why I don't think, in my personal opinion, that's the perfect strategy of less risk in finance, right? That's like Justin Sun. Justin Sun did the same thing, and his blockchain is suffering OD, in my opinion. Like Solana is like just getting started, you know, and Tron and Binance Chain, you know, I mean, if Base consumes, you know, $2 to $3 billion of the market, they'll be flipping all these people, and it'll be ETH, Ethereum, Solana, and Base. Okay, that's why I'm not even really paying attention to Sui, because Sui just sounds like you're trying to run, you're trying to play a TVL game, and like if you're already a Xenian, like you don't even need to run after TVL. Like you got a bunch of XN coins. Like we're gonna be like we're bonding to Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Like we're gonna have TVL. Like it's easy. You know, and it's going to just keep growing as people start to migrate over and understand like, oh, we got memes over here. We're putting, you know, we're doing the same things. Come put value on the chain. It's decentralized. It's immutable. It's all that good shit, you know. And again, that's why everybody's tried it. Everyone's trying to Scroll, Madel, 575. All these ones, though, these ones are all the LSTs. So they bonded themselves to look Ethereum, so they're not falling off. They're just here. Core. Smart, though. This is all smart moves. That's why, again, I think Avalanche is out the picture now. Like this is fried. Like this is like they're probably gonna be one of the first blockchains to be like, we're for sale. Like who wants to buy this shit? Please buy this shit off our hands. Same with like Polygon and like Arbitrum. See, they like they didn't have any culture direction, and I think that's why these chains aren't vibing with the next generation of crypto users. Like why Solana was pumping with Bitcoin last night, like pumping past Binance. This shit pumping with Bitcoin. It's bonded with Bitcoin and buy now. I was tripping the fuck out last night. I was like, yo, because I was gonna buy some Solana at 165, and I faded it because I was like, nah, like there's no way. Like again, you know, being conservative, like nah, there's no way people are gonna pump it before, you know, the election ends, and then Trump goes up by like crazy amounts of points and shit just skyrockets. So ended up buying into the pump instead of getting my Solana down here. And this is why, again, this game is leaving the mainnet coin. Like the game I just talked about, like, oh man, I faded or G'd Solana at 165. Like who gives a fuck? This shit going to $500. Like get as much as you can. Get as much as you can is like the Solana, or it's like the slogan now in crypto. Get as much as you can. Right? You can get a bunch of Bitcoin, but really you're just pumping Bitcoin. You want to get something that nobody else is going to have, and they're all going to catch on to. That's why, again, Solana is running. It's a runner. It's a runner. It's a drag star. What, Alita? What you think about bonding Dracula to XN? If we have a wrapped XN coin, we could do something like that. But really what we would probably do, or like something I would do, because I'll have a lot of XN, would be burning the Drac coin into another coin that's bonded with XN on X1 chain. And then that would drive the value of Drac. And then the other thing that Drac has going for it is it's in the Zen world. So again, like, since it's in the Zen world, it doesn't really matter when it takes off, because we'll get X Sol and we'll be the first people to bond with it. Because I'm definitely doing that. Like, I'm gonna have X Sol, and fuck yeah, I'm gonna like bond that shit with my Dracula. What the fuck, you know? And everybody else would do it, and it's just gonna bring that shit up, because I'll have two different liquidity pools. I'll have the Solana pool and then the LST pool. And then that's why it's like, what else do we bond it with? But I've been looking at some different strategies. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways to play it. And again, that's why it's like, really, you just want to bond it to what they're what others are talking about, because that's where the trades are happening. That's where the volume is, right? Like if you bond Dracula with PopCat, there's a lot of volume there. And if people need PopCat coins, they might go into the LP and buy them off of you, which essentially buys the PopCat off of or buys Drac with the PopCat, if that makes any sense. That's what it is. It's like you went and took hostage some PopCat, and then you fucking paired it with Vampire, because you're Vampire attacking PopCat, and you're like, you know what, PopCat motherfuckers, if you want this coin back, you're gonna have to buy my token too. And then they go, you know what, fuck it, that coin is cracking right now, I'm gonna buy your token and that token. Give it to me. And that's again, this is why memes are huge, because the liquidity on memes is gonna be the what we've been missing. That's what we've been missing. Like the problem in layer 1 liquidity is that these are utility coins, and that the liquidity shouldn't matter. Like, we should just use these coins. They should just go up in price. It's a set, you know, I'm my bad, Ethereum, that you exist when everybody just realized, hey, maybe we don't need to sell the ETH. Right? Right? Like, this isn't a weird predicament. It's a very weird predicament. Because he has to keep that old school mentality of like, you know, we're moving around, but there's nobody on chain, because everybody's going to Solana, because they're going to start fearing the FOMO, right? The fear of missing out, that like Solana piece by piece will be more expensive. So why would they be buying Ethereum when they can get their Solana right now and then go back to ETH? That's kind of like how I'm thinking this oscillation is going to happen. They're already really bonded together well. I was showing that here. You can see, like, against Bitcoin, the shit was yanking, dude. It's popping off Bitcoin. And then same on ETH, so far away from its 200 on the ETH. So many people have already transformed their ETH into Solana. The bond is epic. Shit, we're getting weirder. Yeah, that's what it would be, though. You would like use the Drac as like a pass. That's what I'm saying. If you want to join the Cabal, buy Dracula on Solana and get ready. You know, don't tell everybody you've got a meme that they can get into. Dude, I know a meme, and it's really easy to buy. You just come here, you just hit buy. It's gonna show this, and you just go, okay, I want 0.1, which is like $18. You know, right now there's not a lot of heat. Here, I'll buy more than that. How much I got in here? How much I got in my wallet? I got 1 Sol. If I buy 1 Sol, though, it's gonna send it. Fuck it. For the gang. No, not yet. I'll do 0.1. Someone's gonna dump on me. But I am still DCing into this. So I don't think you guys can see my Phantom wallet. Nah. Okay. Oopsies. Hold on. I gotta bump the slippage up to 2. Don't buy one Sol. I gotta get some tonight. Lols. Yeah, like that's the thing about the DRAC right now. It's definitely a DCA. Because it's gonna crack off and that's like it too. What we don't have is volume. So like if someone installed like a volume bot and we got our volume up, that this would be like another strategy to get some eyes, and then the people would see us. And the thing is that we have $25,000 in liquidity, but we need more liquidity. We need more people. That's why it's like, yo, if you don't want to do Sol and DRAC, go and buy a fucking shit coin you believe in that has a lot of movement and pair that shit together. And then that's helping out the game. You feel me? And then now DRAC will go higher. But the thing is like, you don't want to, like, if I have 350,000 DRAC coins and that's all I got, like, I want to do like 5 to 10% of this with the shitcoin bond, right? We would want you to do the whole 100. But like that's kind of why, again, it's a money game at that point. Like if I had $1,000, maybe I'd make an impact. If I had $10,000, maybe I'd make an impact. And you do like a full range because you're gonna lose something. Something's gonna be lost. Okay, something's gonna be lost. But that's why I'm saying go get a bomb ass shit coin that you're okay with losing, because it'll give you more DRAC coins because it's gonna buy them and give them to you essentially. And that's why going long, again, it's going to take a lot of people working together, you know, or it's going to fall apart. Because memes they're so strategic now. Like this is actually kind of rogue as fuck. Like this is a very fair launched meme right now. Like anybody has an opportunity to build with this. Because it's so low that the risk is there. Like, you know, it could go to 100K and you made a 2x, or you made a 1x. Then if it goes 150K, you made a 2x, right? Yeah, 150 is a 2x, 200 is a 3x. And that's why it's like, yo, if it just keeps going and going and going, like, what was this? This was nothing. And that's why, again, with the problem with our concept right now is there's no cabal, so it's very fluid. And it's just believers. And it's on the Xenians who understand the mission about how we vampire attacked everything to really get it going. And I think if we vampire attack liquidity pools, it'd be a fun narrative. Or like a farm, but not a farm. So we'll figure it out. Okay, one more drag buy, and then in 2 weeks, I'll buy coins with a lot of volume and bond it. Yeah, well, that's kind of, like that's essentially how the game goes. And that's why we're late to the game as Xenians, because we've been on EVM. A lot of these coins, like I was saying, like like this VHS coin, it has people with Sol already here. Like they already have Solana by the thousands. So they're just waiting. You know, they're just like, all right, yeah, give me a better price, or shake out those jitters and things like that. So that's what I mean by, like, in X1, we'll be able to do this because we'll be the ones with the massive amounts of native coin. But right now, the game is always going to be go find the natives and try to, you know, plug in, but it's impossible. It's literally impossible, right? It's impossible. That's why we need an X1 chain. Because we need a fairly launched blockchain that I can get my hands on. I ain't working for nothing else. This is worth the work, and now anybody can join by just making Zen mints. So it's a pretty epic design that we got going on over here. And yeah, that's what I mean. Like memes, it makes a lot of sense now. It's all starting to make sense. They used to try to tie bonded liquidity to NFTs, and that's kind of why NFTs failed, because you can't really bond like liquidity, right? Like this is a My Ladies, like it's 4 ETH for one of them, and it's generated 114 ETH worth of movement, right? Like, this is a great idea, but it's not where the money is made, because you don't trade my ladies back and forth, right? There's not that many of them. That's why this community makes so much sense in meme world or meme tokens that are based on market caps, because they give a lot more flavor and art and fresh ideas. Again, like, that's what is going to come in the meme world, these new fresh ideas that those who have the money management will get the best results, right? And learning how to ride the pumps is extremely important. So again, like right now, the way I'm counting this one, so it just broke past this trend line here. So hey, this is actually a good buy moment. I dropped this in a Zen chat when it was right here. I was like, yo, watch out, this shit's about to day trade. And sure enough, it did. It is a great day trader. But what I'm thinking that this group is doing, like what seems to be really good, is when it drops below the 42, it's in a good range. And what's happening is on the they're keeping the 1 as like the dribble, right? That oh, this is dropping, but it spikes. Like every time it drops, it spikes. Super drop, like somebody sold out, like maybe G'd it out or something, and then it drops right on that trend line. You see that? Look at that. Perfect. And again, I think this is spreading out. So they are doing it on the 5, right? And on the 5 is getting harder to keep it there and getting lower lows. People are buying it up, so we're here again. So maybe we can get a little lower for a better discount for some people. But then you look at the 15-minute and you can see it actually finally is broken below this for the second time, right? And then we can look at the 1 hour and we can see it hasn't even gotten there yet. So technically, this is kind of like setting itself up so that a trader looks at it in a few days and goes, holy shit, this is ready. You know what I'm saying? And you can just trade it left and right, just based on the speculation. And, again, that's why it's like, yo, the power in making one of these types of things is where the greed is going to come in, where I think we're going to see a lot of people make really good ideas and they're going to dump heavy. And those that are becoming ritualistic, like, oh, this is an amazing idea, like they're going to be the ones left holding the bag. And it's going to, that's what's going to amplify like the Murad picks. Like that's what's going to amplify the Retardios and like the Bitcoins and the Gigas, is because someone went out and tried like a derivative and it just failed. So they just went back to the regular one, and they're like, all right, I'm holding this and I'll go back to the trenches later. Right. But then that's why it's like, yo, the exchange of Solana is going to happen here, where you could walk in with like 2 or 3 Solana. And if you play the cards right, you might walk out with 10, and you could just keep doing it because everybody is doing it on Solana because the gas fees are low. Right. And the meme, that's why I get it now. When Tolly said memes are economic security, essentially they are. If people hodl them, they turn into value. They really do turn into a value proposition. And then again, that liquidity, if you hook it up to something else and it pops that thing off and it allows for more volatility, it's really starting a giant engine that, it's inside of Solana. It's not like Ethereum, which the engine is on the outside. The engine is working like Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, like these super chains. Like they're putting all of their chains together to create a super chain, which is the liquidity bonding, which is like good for business, bad for regular users, and I think that's why it's not gaining steam yet. But yeah, man, that's kind of all I got today. I've been talking for an hour, 30 minutes. I think it's time for me to wrap it up. So yeah, man, max out your Solana. Get as much as you can. I think I dropped this in the chat. If you want to watch it with me, basically come join the Telegram. They're over here saying that they're trying to go. They're trying to go. So I'm watching them. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. I'm just looking for more Drak coins. I'm just positioning myself to get more Solana so I can get more Dracula so I can get more XEN or more XEN. That's kind of the vibes. And yeah, this looks good though. Like if you're, you know, I don't know. I think everyone's hodling. So this could just be the bottom for sure. And then the next leg up is like, yo, no one's dumping. They all learned. They all learned. You know, and that's what you have to spread out to the people. It's like, yo, we're not leaving. We're going to do this emoji race thing, which comes in 2025. And we're going to slide up this chart and get up here where people can see us, and then they'll trade our coin because it has enough liquidity for them to get in and out. And then we'll be able to build community or cult from people being like, I like to be a Dracula, or I like to be a vampire, or I like the story of Zen, or this is connected to X1, or, you know, there's so many narratives that go into this one. And I don't know, you know, there's other ones out there, but I'm putting the philosophy on this one specifically because this emoji thing, it stands out, you know, and that's where we want to be. That's where we could have a free billboard to $200 million emoji meme meta, because we slid up into the top here and some real people found us and decided to use us as like the liquidity provider for a bunch of memes because they just see the volatility or like the movement. But yeah, that's just where it's at. With momentum. Zen is over, buddy. Stop coping. It's such an outdated model. Lows. Where is the cope? Keep minting Zen. It's not an outdated model. It's actually the most advanced model. Everybody else is outdated. Post chain extremely outdated. Titan that's really outdated. Damn. Like Titan would have been better on Solana. They should have built that shit on Solana. Because they'd have more access to liquidity. But nobody wants to go to Ethereum and play with shitcoins over there. Like only the shitcoins people are gonna play with are the bangers coming from Murad. So they're gonna only go to like the Mung, the SPX, the Pepe. You feel me? That's why you see you switch it to volume, and that's all that matters. That's why I'm like, yo, Zen will never get this volume because you'll always have sellers. Dragon X is up here. Just yeah, maybe or maybe something like that. Maybe Titan pairs with something bigger, and it keeps going crazy. But that's why I'm like, that's like an older model, because you're trying to pair inside of ETH. Like you can't pair out of ETH, and that's where Zen is on fire because Zen is paired outside of Ethereum and it's in Ethereum. So you're really space age with this motherfucker, and it's clear. Like anybody can own it. It doesn't need a leader. So yeah, you could think it's outdated, but I get it. Yo, it's getting dark. I gotta go. Peace.